Sorry, Dan, I've got a question for John. I'm just intrigued to know, over the years, obviously a lot changed in terms of technology that was available and, you know, the way that you worked as a designer. Is that something you just kept falling into, or is it something you have to kind of take the initiative to learn and develop?
Well, to be honest, what happened, as you have a studio, you know, you employ all these people, and a lot of the technologies, because I was creative director, designer, out there spruiking, you know, getting work as well. So you tend to have all these other designers that would really work and do stuff for you. And it's only in the last few years that I went, look, I've got to learn that myself. I decided I was at that point. It kind of like, to be honest with you, I felt a little bit more liberated, not having to rely on people. It was a catch-22, because in one way I went, oh geez, oh, is it going to work? But all along the route, you have to keep on learning. And really, as I've always said to even designers in other areas, kind of look at it, the area you're in. I think it's very important. One thing I was going to say to people is that the one thing I can, if somebody said to me, give me a piece of advice as a designer, I want to be a designer and I want to be known for what I do, is probably kind of don't follow the pack. One thing I've learned over the years is that anything that you design, and you design really, really well, is because you like it. If you try to design because other people are designing that way, it's never going to work. So be true to yourself in that way, and with luck. But in terms of your question on technology, I feel sorry for you guys. I'm being honest, because my generation had to learn how to use computers, potentially if they're going to survive. And that's been a bit of a leap. For you guys, well, what's going to come next? I mean, you saw up there 15 years worth of work, and you saw that transition in terms of technologies coming in. The hardest thing for all of you guys, and you can sort of see it's happening now, is the pie's getting nibbled away by people out there. It used to be desktop. You know, every man and his dog now has got InDesign. How many people do you know that have Photoshop at home? So you start to get to the stage that you've got a lot of people, lay people out there, who think they know how to design. To keep a step ahead of them, you've actually really, not just from a technological point of view, it's a bit like Janice with her work. She keeps looking in terms of what are the influences. Well, the average person out there can only try and emulate that. So it's important to really sort of drive a stake in and be true to it and follow that. I've tried to over the years. You can sort of hopefully see a little bit of a continuity in it all, be it the brown period and dated, it doesn't really matter. That's how I think.
Thank you for that, it's beautiful.